Hello, welcome to Mansplain,
I've mansplained before.
and I will mansplain again.
Dumbest fucking intro.
I'm Logan, and this is Tim, and I fucking really don't like this guy, dude.
I fucking hate this guy, dude. He's such a dick. And that intro was his idea. By the way, I just wanted to be known. I did not come up with it. The only reason we're using it
Trademark.
is because I can't come up with a better one.
Because it's the best that you're going to come up with.
Because it's
dude.
not
You're
worth
welcome.
my time. You know what is worth my time?
What's worth your time,
My
Tim?
idea to start a reverse OnlyFans.
Ooh, do
Yeah.
elaborate.
I am going to start sending my balls, pictures of my balls, to everyone I know until they pay me to stop.
Okay.
I already have a couple of harassment claims, and
no
it's
doubt, we all know
not
that.
going good. And you know, Dalton is my lawyer, and he's a caveman. And despite the Geico commercials, he doesn't save me 15% in this.
No, not at all.
No. So it's not going great. But I think if I just stick with it and just keep doing it, I think somebody will pay me to stop.
Yes. Well, there's no doubt that somebody will beg you to stop at some point, but yeah.
I like
Begging
when
you
they
to
beg.
stop. I mean, that's a big feat. Ha! Tim hates feet.
Don't say it. I'm gonna put my foot down now. So.
So, with the reverse OnlyFans, does that include pictures of your feet as well, or
No, I don't like my feet.
okay?
Yeah.
Do you like any feet?
No, I actually wear Corona socks, so I don't have to look at my feet. So,
What happened to you as a child with feet?
Father McNulty told me not to talk about it.
Instead of coal in your stocking, did you receive toenail clippings?
Ew. What? Who hurt you as a child? That
I'm
is
just trying to get deep down to you, bro.
deranged.
I just want to know what's going on.
That's
with
bad. Did that happen to you? Has that happened to anyone ever? If you ever got toenail clippings in your stocking, we need to speak. We're gonna
you.
bring
Isn't
you
that
on
a
the
good
podcast.
idea for somebody that you just like really don't like? Just right in the fucking stocking.
I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
Well, I figured you would. There's other people like you. There's probably a community on Reddit for people who are like disgusted by feet. Do you think if I were to show you my feet,
I think I would
after a
vomit.
pedicure,
I think I would vomit.
you could feel them?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I would actually maybe we should do that. We should find people who hate feet like me and then rub our feet on them until they pay us to stop.
I feel like this is comedy herpes.
I feel like we are giving each other comedy herpes.
Is that what's well?
So
I mean,
the idea behind comedy herpes is
there's an
that
idea.
yeah, there is. So we told Colton, our bandmate, who disagreed strongly, that me and Logan hanging out together has done nothing but make both of us funnier.
That's
It's
a
almost
fact.
like we're transmitting our comedy herpes to each other, and the rash is growing gruesome. So
Yes.
he thinks it's not happening, but I think it's happening to him now, and he just doesn't realize it because he's too worried about his hair saving his hairline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we gave him Rogaine every year for Christmas, but he never uses
he
it.
never uses it, man. It's he wears that hat all the time. It's
Well,
probably not
it's almost like, and not that I believe in this, but evolution. It's almost like that, but for comedy.
I thought you were
what's
talking about his hairline.
Oh, the evolution of
It's
his kind.
evolving.
He is Cuban, so I mean, it's right on par for what happens there, dude. You know, this fucking guy.
Well,
Comedy herpes, though. I mean,
comedy herpes is good, man.
I think it's a good term. I think it makes sense. It just spreads like wildfire. You can't do anything. You can't get rid of it. You know,
Yeah,
like anything that Oprah sets on fire.
Starts as what you think is a comedy razor bump, and then it just spreads into a horrendous rash.
Do you think IUDs cause razor bumps?
Listen, is it IUD or is it IED? I think if
important.
if you hit them, it causes the same amount of surprise. Listen, my dad's an amputee, and everybody's like, was an IUD, and he's like, or now I don't know which one's which.
I don't know. Either.
Now I don't know which
the
one's which.
IUD is what. Whoop,
Yeah, I
goes
need
up,
the
right?
umbrella corporation.
You can feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, little.
All around you. All around you. Except it works reverse from. It's reverse.
You ever
umbrella.
hit one and it almost went in?
What?
It's not pleasant.
No, it can't
Hurts
be.
real bad.
Well, I'll never know.
Yeah, feels like real herpes. It's not nice.
Oh, you know what real herpes feels like? I bet you do.
Well, there was this one time at band camp.
Well, that one time never went away.
Yeah, I fucked Dalton's snare drum.
Yeah, did you?
That's why he calls it Black Beauty.
Look, you. That's funny. Is that why Colton wrote Black Cadillac? There's something
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
with that,
yeah.
right?
It's a common theme.
Through.
It's a common
You
theme.
gave the comedy herpes to Dalton, and then he gave it to Colton at that
He
point.
he let Colton play his drum, and then now he has it. Yeah.
Yikes, dude.
It's musically transmitted, I think.
Yeah, I bet so.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you listened to a song and got an STD because whoever wrote it? Dude, we'd never be able to listen to Buck Cherry ever. We'd have AIDS.
Never did. Or Theory of a Dead Man.
Or
Anything,
Theory of a
dude.
Dead
Yeah,
Man.
no way. There's no fucking way, bro, that it would ever work again.
Oh my god, dude. Or if you get like erectile dysfunction if you listen to Nickelback.
Well, I get reptile dysfunction when I listen to Nickelback.
Reptile?
Yeah, bro.
Please go into detail.
Well, you do know that
You like your
there's
reptiles won't get hard?
shape-shifting reptiles in the world, right?
Oh god damn it, here we go.
Well, what's his fucking nuts from Smashing Pumpkins? Billy Corgan. He talks about it on the Joe Rogan podcast.
I thought you were about to call him a reptile. I was like, just because he looks like
no.
that doesn't.
He does look like Lex Luthor from Smallville.
Yeah,
though,
well,
like,
him
no
and
doubt.
Colton have the same hairline.
Yeah, fuck you, Colton. This is a fuck you, Colton post. The episode's gonna be called "Fuck You, Colton."
Yeah, the
it's
episode
gonna be
is
great.
called "Fuck You, Colton."
But he was on Joe Rogan, and he's just like, he got asked about it. He talks about it all the time. That when he was like deep, heavy, like within Smashing Pumpkins, I don't know how fucking long ago, but that he walked into a room and there's like a studio executive or some type of producer or some guy like in high level, and he watched him shapeshift like into a reptilian. He swears to God by this story. He's like, I was not high, I was not on drugs, I was not drunk. Nobody believes me. It is what it is. And I will say I've seen Hillary Clinton before, so like there's some
You
shit
bought
going
that issue of Playboy? That's fucked up.
on. It was on sale.
Of course it was.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of it, dude. Only-
Just like her emails or what?
Oh, dude, it was good. Wish I had that little sound bite. Just,
Oh, I'm sure we can edit it in post. Just edit it in post.
yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
What are you? Is that a System of a Down shirt?
Yeah, I love System.
What the fuck is on it?
Mesmerized? It's the album. It's great.
I don't listen to System of a Down. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What is wrong with you?
I know the popular songs.
Name 5 songs right now. We're doing this.
I can't.
I hate you. I hate you.
I just said I don't listen to them. I'm telling you. I don't even know what that means on that shirt.
What do you mean? That's their album cover. You can't see
it.
it because I have tits. It's all distorted, but
It's not true. It's not true. Don't body shame yourself, Tim.
anyways, System of a Down is awesome. All their shit is. I don't understand why you don't like them because all their music is political.
None of their lyrics make sense to me.
Half of them are making fun of shit, and then the other half is going against the government.
Grab your hairbrush, put on a little makeup. You wanted to. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about right there?
My cock is much bigger than yours. My cock could walk right through the door. My shit stinks much better than yours. My shit could stink right through the floor. Come on, dude. That's not
crazy.
hilarious to you?
I think there's better humor out there, like Dewey Cox. If you want like comedy herpes with music, walk hard, Dewey
Listen,
Cox.
System of a Down is what got me into hardcore music. I cannot believe that you... It went Metallica, System of a Down,
Do they do hardcore breakdowns?
Lamb of God. Yeah.
Do they?
Dude, Darren Malakian is one of the most smartest, nerdiest, weirdest guys I've ever seen in my life, and he's a genius on guitar. Have you ever tried to play a System of a Down song, like all the way through?
I think I learned Chop Suey at some point.
Chop Suey is one of the easiest. That one in Ariel's is probably one of the easiest ones. Yeah. Yeah. 3 3 3 3 2 2 2 2 2 3.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's
that is
right
it.
there, dude. It's good though. That's a good song. I like that. I think.
I don't know. Dude, the hardcore breakdowns
Suey?
now.
Who's Suey? Who are you?
No,
chopping?
it's suicide. It's songs about suicide. Duh. But they couldn't. Their record label wouldn't let them call it suicide. That's why they kept in "We're Rolling Suicide." That's what the song was called. They were like, "You can't call it that," and so they called it Chop Suey.
All right, I'll accept this. Yeah. I'll accept this.
It's about suicide bombers
suicide bombers
or suicide pilots.
So Japanese people.
It's about like 9/11. This is why I don't
9/11.
understand.
That'd be World War II. Suicide. Oh, hold on. Now we're on two different planes. No pun intended.
Which one hit the tower?
It was a bomb, and we.
Okay, we're gonna have to edit this whole fucking.
No, not at all, dude. I'm keeping this in, dude.
We're getting canceled
the world
right
needs
now.
To know, dude.
I honestly don't know. I know it's about suicide, self-righteous suicide.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When angels deserve to die, angels are white people.
What? No, they're not. Then why do you listen to that band? That's racist.
They're from the Middle East.
So they're going to be racist towards...
Surges.
Okay, listen. I'm not trying to get political. I won't. I never do. I do, but I try not to. I don't like politics. But you're writing a song that's racist within a country that made you all your money.
Okay,
right?
but the song...
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you racist about, though, at that point?
They're not sticking up for the terrorists.
Right. I'm not saying that. So what are they saying? Nobody knows because their lyrics are fucking
They're saying that we don't talk about it enough and that there are issues and the government probably causes it.
Well, there's no doubt that Cheney made money off the Iraq War, dude.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt.
Lots of oil in those sand fields, dude.
You think Dick Cheney throws elbows in the mosh pit?
I think he does. And I think that hardcore breakdowns are getting a little out of hand, dude.
Do expand upon that, please.
Well, like, I don't know what song it is. Dalton's playing in his truck, but it's just a girl moaning and then blast beats. It's
that
great.
Sounds pretty cool.
No, it's pretty amazing, but it's just like, where did we draw the line?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
I shouldn't chew ice on the mic, should I?
no, you shouldn't, but you should, and then we should just cut that and then send that to Dalton.
That shit to Dalton.
Chunks,
Dalton.
chunky chicken.
Chunky chicken.
Chunks, chunky chicken.
Chunky chicken from Chuck.
It's just getting ridiculous. Where do we draw the line?
I don't know if there is a line to draw. I mean,
some of it's cool, but it's gonna get weird.
Well, here's what's happening. I think, and this is cool. I love this like emergence of like hardcore music that everybody's loving right now, but it's all because of production. I think production got better for it, and like you get all like, you know, you got your backing tracks and shit, and you hear those at the shows and it's tight, and like you get these low drops on guitar and these fucking crazy squeals. But like end of the day, I mean, I feel like we're really about to hit a point where you've done almost everything cool you can with hardcore music. Please don't kill me for this, anybody. But I'm just saying, like, we're getting there, dude. But I do love that it's happening and that we got like fucking knocked loose, like tearing shit up and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
It's amazing.
I love it, dude. It's tight.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy because like metal kind of died off for a while. I feel like, and then now it's coming back, and everybody loves Kubla Khan.
And just rock music in general is coming back. That's what's really nice, dude. Because it's like, I don't know, you got like the, you know, all the major labels that push for this rap and shit, which is tight, but then that got old because it was all just, you know, wash and repeat shit. And I'm afraid, that's why I'm saying is like, I don't want hardcore to get to that point. I don't think it will because it's a lot of independent artists, but then everybody signs, and then there's like some, and signing's good. Like, if we're being honest, it is a good thing.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag depending on who you sign with, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. You know.
How do you feel about labels making you send in tracks with no effects at all?
Labels
no bends. Yeah, they make you send in a dry track.
So their producer can do what he wants?
Yes, they do everything. You don't bend. You just play the notes.
I think that's selling out.
That is gay. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it. I think if you can't do it live, you don't deserve to have it on an album.
100%, dude. 100%. There's a band that I won't drop the name of locally here in Dallas that I saw like 2 years ago, and they didn't have their backing tracks at Trees because it just like wasn't working. And the lead singer bitched about it in between every fucking song because they sucked live. And I was like, I saw you guys before and y'all were great. And like, you rely on this shit, which sucks. Like, that's not, you shouldn't be there. You got to be able to jam as a band, bro.
Yeah.
You got to be able to like rock and roll. Like, I love backing tracks and I love the extra production that goes in, especially just recording. But then you can replicate that so well with just a Mac on stage nowadays.
Yeah.
Like IM rig. That's tight, and I love that, but you shouldn't rely on it.
Well, there's so many bands now that just play with track. Like, it's a guitarist and a drummer and a laptop.
Yeah. It's like we saw Julia Wolf, and she had, no bass player, and it was like guitar and drums, and she's phenomenal.
She is amazing. I saw her last year, and she just had a guitarist. Yeah. There was no drummer or anything.
See, that's cool. I like the live.
Exactly.
Fucking, I want to see everybody working together. Like, the collaboration of everything is what's tight.
I used to really like Wiz Khalifa, not because he makes great music or anything, which his music isn't bad, but he plays with a live band. Mm-hmm. And as a rapper, that's stupidly interesting to me. And there's a lot of them that do it, but a lot of them don't do it.
Phenomenal with that live
They were
band.
really good, and all their stuff was DI, and it sounded so good. And he walked out, and he's cool. We talked to him after the show.
Yeah, he was real nice.
He's so nice, but when he walked out, I was like, man, he looks like he's been through rehab a couple times. And he sounded phenomenal, dude. And that freestyle stuff he was doing was really cool.
Yeah, they fucking...
It sounds better than the album whenever they played it live.
Does. And he was saying that, too. He's like, this is the best excuse me, this is the best band I've ever had.
Yeah, he was talking very highly of them. We talked to the drummer.
Yeah, he was really cool.
And he was like, yeah, I've never done like live shows really. He's like, I mostly do studio work. And I was like, that's insane.
That's got to be crazy to like be used to just doing like getting called in for studio sessions and shit. And
Probably
then
makes
going
money
on tour.
doing that though.
Yeah, so I wonder what got him on tour. I guess Rehab. I guess the name, right?
I mean,
like, that makes
if
sense.
Rehab asked me to go on tour with him, I'd go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
but I'm not
definitely
making money in the studio, so I'm sure he got paid well.
Well, no doubt, he's definitely getting paid. You saw that tour bus, fucking A, dude.
It wasn't their bus, remember?
Whose bus?
The drummer we talked to. Remember, he was like, that was part of our selling point to get on this tour is we let them use our bus.
That's their bus?
That's their bus.
No way.
That's what he said. He said that's how we keep getting tours is because we have a bus and we offer it to the bigger bands.
How the fuck do they have that bus?
I have no idea. That whole crew worked for them.
Really?
Yeah. Probably because they keep doing these big tours with these big bands because they don't have to get a bus. It's kind of smart. That's what he was saying.
I didn't realize
The
that.
whole
That bus
time.
looked new.
It
looked
was
like it was a
very
newer fucking
nice.
bus,
It was
yeah.
very nice. And they turned whenever they did their bus call, they turned the lights on. And it was like, I was like, that thing is beautiful on the inside.
Somebody in that band has a good ass credit score, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
I
got
never
to be.
realized
It's
it.
not, well, it's not the drummer.
No, it's not.
There's no way.
No, it's
What was
not.
his last name, Baby?
Yeah,
That was
tight.
cool.
That
I was
guy's
like, it's
cool,
not a
man.
stage name?
Yeah, he's like, no, and he said it. He's like, I'm so and so baby, and he was like, that's my real name too. I was like, that's tight.
That was cool.
That's tight. It was crazy. I don't know how
Rockstars
he
used to
got
change their names, but he was just born with it.
that. Dude,
Well,
I don't know, Tim. You just keep talking. You talk a lot of shit.
I do talk a lot of shit. I do talk a lot of shit, but
But it's fun.
you can't talk shit at a piss convention. I figured that out. Yeah.
How did you figure out the hard way?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah. I went to a piss convention. I started talking shit, and they all pissed on me. It was not. They were pissed off, dude.
I bet they were pissed.
It was a
off.
pissing match for sure.
You saved that piss from my chest.
You
Judy
saved
Gemstone.
that piss for my chest, Judy Gemstone.
Dude, Danny McBride, what a fucking legend. What a legend, dude.
I feel
Incredible.
like we have talked profusely about Danny McBride.
But, well, we did on episodes we never released.
I know, but it's just it comes up every time.
I fucking love that motherfucker, dude. I love Danny McBride.
Dude, I will straight up purchase anything he ever does.
I watch his interviews and shit, dude.
Yeah.
I try to learn from him, bro. Like, he's so smart, and I love how he's got, like, his own team, and he brings them with him to everything. Like, he was complimenting his costume designer for that Civil War episode that they had. That's just phenomenal.
Phenomenally
I mean,
done,
a short film in itself. Bradley Cooper, good God,
Yes.
everything he does.
Did a great job.
And, which, by the way, did you know that Bradley Cooper had never seen the show before and wouldn't watch it? So all his mannerisms that are right on par.
That's what Walter Goggins did for Fallout.
Really? Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not going to play the game because
Well, 'cause
I
that was a
want to
made-up
be the character.
right? Like for
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it would be nice to have some background. You know what I mean? But he was like, no, I'm just going to dig deep into this character.
That's what he does. Everything he does, dude.
It worked.
And he became a sex icon recently.
Yeah, he's everywhere right now. He's blowing up.
I love Walton Goggins too.
Hey,
Everybody part of the
Walton, sponsor us. We love you.
show. Please. Make my teeth real big. Ding. A little sound effect. But yeah, dude, I really do. Oh, but yeah, with the Civil War episode, it was his costume designer, and he's had her since Eastbound and Down. And so
Eastbound and Down had some good costumes
he's just
too, though.
brought her through. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no kidding.
Every shirt that he wears in that
Dude,
show.
the chin for Stevie
The
on
chin.
Eastbound and Down is unbelievable.
And the contacts are pretty crazy too.
Yeah, they're crazy, dude.
Wow, dude. Yeah, that show was great. It's crazy to me that Danny McBride did all this stuff and it just went under the radar. Nobody knew anything about it.
Same with Vice Principals. Everybody's watching it now because of Gemstones.
Oh, yeah.
And like Gemstones season 4, like I feel like the first 3 seasons were popular, but same thing. Now everybody's coming in because it's a Walton Goggins craze too. That's going on.
Everything it's crazy because I feel like everybody from that show is blowing up all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what's making everything they've ever done work, which is crazy. It's cool.
Shout out Edie Patterson.
She's
Holy shit,
great,
bro.
dude.
That's
Vice
a shout out,
Principals,
like I know her,
best
but I love her.
best character in that show.
Oh yeah, easily, dude.
I
don't know. I like Walton Goggins in that, dude.
I do too, but I mean, like we tried to talk about this before, but you know, Edie Patterson's character from Vice Principals.
Her character that she plays.
Yeah,
right?
or Miss Snodgrass. Miss Snodgrass kind of sucks, dude.
She does suck. And it's like...
I can't remember Edie Patterson's
initially when you asked
character's
me, it was
name.
like, why would Danny McBride's character go for Snodgrass? Well, obviously because Edie Patterson's batshit crazy.
But she's down. She's down for him, dude.
Well, she's down.
She's like, I'll fucking kill him for you, baby.
Literally.
I'm like, yeah.
Well,
give me that one.
She'll also kill him.
I can fix her.
Welcome back to Therapy Sessions with Tim.
Therapy Sessions with Tim.
That's right. Speaking of
Rough
therapy,
childhood.
how's the therapy going?
Well, they tried to give me mushrooms, but you know how that goes.
You're allergic.
Very allergic.
You just see feet when you eat mushrooms?
No. So I found out whenever I was, a young lad, me and my friends were like, we know this guy who sells mushrooms. Let's get some mushrooms. And so we buy these mushrooms. I did not have money to buy mushrooms. I spent like every last cent I had at the time on this like 2 grams of mushrooms. And I was like, this is all I can afford right now. So we get that.
$20?
Yeah, it wasn't much, but whenever I was in high school, I was paying all the bills of my house. So it was a lot of money for me to just spend on a drug I've never done before.
To watch that money go bye-bye.
Yeah, and then it smells like cow shit. So it's just like you don't want to put it in your mouth. You know what I mean? So we go out to this cornfield, and me and all my friends, we eat these mushrooms. They taste terrible. We did not bring water. We did not bring anything to drink.
Bad idea.
Yeah, it was terrible. Now we're out in this cornfield. They're starting to trip. And I'm just like, I don't feel anything. My face gets real hot. I'm like, this has to be part of it. It's kicking in. And then my friend, who's already like mid-trip, is like, dude, your face looks crazy right now. And I'm like, what? And I pull my phone out and I do the Snapchat, the selfie camera with the flash. And my face, I look like a Kardashian, dude. My lips are just plump and my face is like swelling shut.
Yeah.
And it was not good. And then thank God, one of my friends was allergic to bees. He had an EpiPen. He stabbed me right in the neck.
Oh, God. Thank God he had
tripping on shroom, just fucking right in the neck.
Sweet.
Hurts real bad. Also, those pens are very expensive. I had to buy him a new one. It was not.
How much are they?
More than I could afford back then. They're like $80.
$80?
Well, with insurance.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, and so now I just, I feel like that would be cool. I feel like most people can just do mushrooms and have a good time, and I'm just like, no, I turn into Kim Kardashian. Yeah. Except for without the porn, without the sex tape. You know what I mean?
Without the comeback story.
The comeback story is nice. That was a good one.
I stole that from Chris Pratt. I have to go.
And now Kanye has his own comeback story, but it involves his cousin.
And not the Jews.
Not the Jews. At least he's not a Nazi anymore. Now he's gay.
Yeah. We're going to be mad because I keep everything in that you say that we're going to cut out.
Andrew Santino does that to Bobby Lee, too. So it's fine.
That's great. That's also true. So are you Bobby Lee and I'm Andrew Santino then?
I guess, yeah.
I think that's probably accurate. So
I think I'm McCone.
Shit, dude. Man,
the room looks nice, man.
I appreciate it, dude.
I like the picture of Steamy Ray Vaughan up here, dude.
Steamy Ray Vaughan?
Steamy Ray Vaughan.
You watch a lot of South Park.
Steamy he looks right now, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. He's literally on fire all the time. He's the best, and that's how he died, too.
How did you... So Logan is obsessed with Stevie Ray Vaughan. You can tell if you ever watch him play guitar.
I love him. He's great. He's the best there's ever been.
You should tell them how you got into Stevie Ray Vaughan, because it's actually a pretty interesting story.
My mom got me into Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, I expect you to elaborate.
Well, she showed me a live video of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and she was drunk on wine and screaming and telling me, this is the best there's ever been. And I watched, and I was like, you're right. My mom's always great on music, always knew what the fuck was up. She taught me everything. Well, my dad, too. He taught me, like, Frank Sinatra and Willie Nelson and Little Annie. Like
Air Force fight songs.
And shit, Air Force fight songs, yeah. Here we go. Into the wild blue yonder, whatever the fuck that is.
Every time Logan has a party over here or something, his dad steals the aux cord and he starts playing Air Force fight songs.
Can confirm.
And Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, it sounds like we're in a collegiate party, but we're not.
Pretty great. And nobody understands. Everybody's looking around like, what's going on?
It's a cool vibe.
And Laird's jamming.
Like, it just gets to a point where you're like, dude, I just want some big X to plug right now. Like, what are we doing, bro? I'm like, fucking hey, dog. Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan's the best, bro. I love him. I mean, but, he was always so humble about his upbringing with music too. You know, he gives Jimi Hendrix was his guy. That was his hero. So it's fun how you see the progression of all that too.
Which is kind of crazy if you look at their styles.
Yeah, it's very different. Very different. I mean, well, Stevie Ray Vaughan learned from Albert King is what he did. He pulled a lot from Albert King, but he gives a lot of credit to Jimi Hendrix just because he was so progressive with what he was doing at the time. And he's also called out that he definitely did not choke on his vomit when he was high on acid and die. He's like, there's some weird shit to that too. Because there is weird shit to that too.
There's a lot of weird shit with a lot of rock stars. I just think it's crazy that so many rock stars have died in plane crashes.
Yeah, funny how that works out. You know,
we're never getting on a plane, Logan.
That was Eric Clapton's helicopter that Stevie Ray Vaughan died on, and they had they had just performed a massive like blues artist festival. Eric Clapton, Albert King, I believe, was still alive. Freddie King, B.B. King, all the Kings, you know, right? Buddy Guy, Stevie. And Stevie had a show he had to get to the next day, and his plane wasn't going to make it in time. And Eric Clapton said, "Take my helicopter," and that's the helicopter that crashed. And,
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So it was like one or the other.
It was crazy to me because when we play together, like even if we're just messing around, we mesh so well. But like you grew up on like Stevie Ray Vaughan and just all bluesy stuff, and I grew up on like Black Sabbath and Metallica. But it mixes well.
It does. And Colton was like, you know, he's
Foo Fighters and
in the 90s, like fucking kind of grunge and shit, and Foo Fighters,
Nirvana, that's all. He's got a very extensive style too.
And I grew up with that shit too, but just guitar wise and trying to progress was always Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah. And I got really into Polyphia a few years ago, and
that was a nightmare for me. Every time Logan picked up a guitar, I was like, "Stop, please
stop."
Me with
hybrid picking. I need to get back on that. Those guys are just. I mean, Tim Henson's fucking insane. So is Scotty. Though.
Yeah, but you got really good at it really fast, and I was like, "Can you please chill out? Can you please chill out?" You.
And I feel like I got to like 70% where I could play it, and then I just like plateaued, and I couldn't get past that. And you got to play to a click and everything to get it. But the problem is that you can learn that shit all day, but if you don't know the like fundamental roots of how to do that shit, you're stuck. And that's when I learned I was held a fucking guitar pick wrong my entire life, was when I was learning that shit. And I've retrained myself, but I have a weird like hybrid way of doing it now. If it was like funk shit or like kind of whatever shit, like playing like that, I'll hold it wrong. It's the only way I stay in time. If it's solo stuff, then I hold it correctly.
Now. Yeah. I don't know. I taught myself just about everything that I know on guitar, and I feel like I do it all wrong. So I don't know. I just make do with what I got, man. And if it works, it works. If it don't, I'll figure it out. You know,
it's fun. Guitar is fun, dude. And once you like really get it down, you can like start kind of feeling it a little bit more, and like really like play and kind of have the crescendos and everything like that, and get the style into it. Stylistic choices like Stevie, like the rakes on the strings and shit. I love that. It's little things like that. That really just take your playing and make it sound better than like what you're doing too.
Well, it's crazy because, you know, I've always told you, but now that I'm actually having to learn the songs, you know what I mean? I was like, dude, no, everybody's going to think that Said the People's music is easy until they try to play it.
Sure.
It's never going to sound right because you use the weirdest chords I've ever seen in my life. They're all bluesy, weird chords that like I didn't know existed.
A lot of jazz kind of infusion.
And then Colton does some weird rhythmic, like hybrid picking stuff.
Yeah.
That is also like you can play it and you'll get it sounding about right. It's not going to be right, and it's going to bug the ever living shit out of you.
It's really interesting and really unique, and that's what adds a lot of flavor to it. At the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like there's shit that all right that's difficult for Colton to play, like just the way I write riffs, and then but vice versa for him too. Like Valhalla, just still to this day, I have to think about what I'm doing when I play it, which is weird. It's just it's not weird. That's kind of the beauty to it, honestly. I love it. Well,
hopefully by the time this is out, well, I know for a fact by the time this is out, Fuck It Up will be out.
It's the same day. We're dropping this same day as Fuck It Up. Ayo.
So hey, right now, you sons of bitches, go and listen to Fuck It Up, or I will come to your house and I will release a box full of roaches in your kitchen.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Where will I get the roaches? Dalton's shoes. I feel like we haven't made fun of Dalton. We gotta throw it in there.
Fun of him more, dude. Do you think when he scratches his head that there's like
it splits open and he lets his brain breathe?
His brain breathe.
He called me fat the other day. I was like, I'm gonna get you back for that, you
Son of a bitch, dude.
motherfucker.
You're like, I'm in a band
He's
now,
getting
bitch.
skinny. I'm like, dude, you're pissing me off.
Why is he getting skinny?
I can't say it.
Yeah.
I can't say it. His woman doesn't feed him.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I stopped cooking, so.
He feed himself. He's a big boy.
He makes a lot of hamburger helper.
That's fine.
Hamburger help me.
Hamburger help me so God.
Oh my gosh. And then the album is also coming out.
Yes, it is. Thank
Do you want to plug the show while we're here?
Yeah, we might as well plug everything.
Plug it all. Plug it in, plug it in.
Is,
like a Glade candle.
So this is a little embarrassing. We keep plugging the album for July 17th, and it's definitely July 16th, so correction will be made right here, right now.
Okay, but the show...
The show is July 26th.
Okay, that hasn't changed, right?
And the rail. Long live the rail, dude.
Long live the rail, dude. Love Ethan, love Warren.
Yeah.
Love everything that's happening over there.
Oh, yeah, dude. Dude, that motherfucker Ethan works his ass off.
Yeah, I know.
Doing
The content
shit,
he's been making has been really good.
You see his shit today.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he said.
He's playing ball hockey. He was like...
It was so good,
He was like... He's like, tell your mom I said what's up, and make sure she stocks my SpaghettiOs.
Yeah,
and he's just slapping the ball around, dude. I was like, this is great.
Forth, dude.
He said he wanted to get back in. I think we should check out if he joins the league. I kind of want to join with him.
What does he play? What are you talking about? I don't know.
He plays like roller hockey, like ball hockey.
What?
Yeah, apparently he used to like play real hockey. I think.
He'd be terrifying on skates.
Oh
dude.
yeah,
he's so big.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Fucking
yeah,
A.
just absolute animal. He'd probably wreck us, but it'd be so fun.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I think we should get into something like that.
Well, I'm not coordinated at all whatsoever. That's why I play guitar. And that's why I played fucking offensive line football, because it's wide stance, barely move.
I mean, I don't know. I played middle linebacker, and I was just like, read, go. So, you read the guards, and then you go.
I was like, what's the play?
Yeah.
And they'd say it, and I'd run up to the line. I'd be like, fuck, what's the play? And I'd run the wrong direction sometimes.
It used to piss me off because we'd have to play. Our school was so small. We'd have to play both sides. So you're tired as shit, dude. And I was the one who had to look at the coach and get the motion signals for the defensive plays. And I was leading the defense. So I had to get everybody together and read what he's saying, which he had short, stubby arms. So it was hard to, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's just...
T-Rex kind of moving.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, listen, Helen Yeller, chill out. And then I'd be like, you know what I mean? Trying to say the play before they got, and we faced a lot of teams that had no huddle offense. So it was annoying.
We did that when we were trying to really score. We just no huddle, boom, 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 just get that shit. And it works, because y'all pussies can't handle it.
No, we can't.
Tease up, you Trinity, let's go, baby.
Yeah, well, whenever your team has 4 strings for every position, I'm sure it's pretty easy.
That actually is accurate, but we would usually just run the first string unless we felt bad because we were beating the other team so bad. We'd put in the second and third and fourth string, and we'd still win.
See, we had to make sure that some of the nerds played, even if they didn't want to, so that we had enough for a team. See, I went to my high school reunion.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Dude, okay, so my school is so small. I graduated with 40 people, right? Guess how many people from my class were there?
40 people?
40.
Bro, guess how many were in my graduating class?
400.
950.
That's ridiculous.
950. It was almost
How do you find your locker? That's one class?
We didn't have lockers. No lockers. Just carried around backpack.
That's insane.
Well, Euless was built to be a community college, so it's like all outdoor, which is beautiful. I love
that's kind of cool, though.
It creates a wonderful vibe. Euless Trinity was awesome. I loved high school. Junior high couldn't eat my asshole to this day. But as you were saying, your reunion.
Oh, so dude, guess how many people from my class were there?
Out of the 40?
Yeah. Maybe 8.
So everything I saw on that Snapchat was...
The whole town. Okay, so... The school's so small, I guess this has been an issue. Nobody shows up to the high school reunions because the classes are so small. So they were like, hey, how about this? How about every 5 years?
Yeah, you told me this.
We do the entire town. We instead of calling it a high school reunion, we call it a homecoming. And everybody from every class that's ever this is crazy, dude. We had like meeting spots. Like your class would designate a meeting spot somewhere around town where you'd meet, and and then you'd go uptown. They had a concert. They closed the whole square off, which our square is more like a line. It's like a block. But guess where the class of 60, 61, 63's meeting spot was?
Where?
The funeral home. I swear to God. I swear to God, dude. I was like,
goddamn boomers out here, dude.
I was like, they're picking out their grape plots, dude.
That's right. I think that casket looks nice for me, dude. Does it match my dress? Yeah,
Dude,
get the
it's
fuck
crazy.
out of here, bro.
They're visiting their old classmates. You know what I mean? The ones that can't leave now.
They're pouring out a lot of liquor on the ground, dude. Well, that's just horrendous.
Oh, dude, one of my teachers was like selling Jello shots. I was like, this is great. This is great.
Like, oh, that's where I learned that from.
What?
You selling Jello shots.
Yeah, I sold them in college. It's the only way I
know,
paid
you
my
made a
phone
lot of
bill.
money
Yeah.
doing that.
Through the
That's fucking-
dorm
you
too.
little
Shout out
entrepreneur,
UNT, dude. Yeah, let's go.
I guess. Caw.
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 Caw. Fucking UNT.
Yeah, I hate it. It's expensive. I owe the money.
Funniest thing that's ever happened was when Johnny Knoxville shared the mug that said UNT, and
It would look like a C?
and it said cunt.
I think the people falling through the floor of the apartment that was right
That
next to mine was also
crazy.
hilarious.
That was insane, dude.
Dude, I feel so bad for whoever lived underneath them. Could you imagine if they were home or if they had
You
pets?
feel bad for any of the people that fell?
No.
They got hurt.
Hopefully.
Why? Hopefully.
Idiots.
They're just partying.
Why would you pack 100 people into an apartment?
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. I mean, I'm not fighting that.
And then they're jumping. They were all jumping. It's like they wanted it to happen. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. I'm sorry.
You know what that makes me think of what like I'm terminally fearful of is when you're on that overpass and you're like stuck and it's like all the semi trucks.
No. I'm afraid of heights, dude. I'm afraid of heights.
It's like fucking like, can we fucking move, dude?
Dude, I got a nosebleed one time. On a bridge in Fort Worth that we were stuck in traffic at the top. I'm deathly afraid of heights. It's the only thing I'm afraid of.
So you got a nosebleed from how afraid you were?
And I don't know. It was weird. I'm sitting there and I'm stressing, like I'm shaking.
Yeah.
And my mom was in the passenger seat because we were going to see my dad. And I'm driving in my truck. And I'm
Tell
just
your
like,
mom I say what's up.
I'm just like, I'll make sure she's got your SpaghettiOs stocked.
Yeah, make sure the SpaghettiOs are stocked. Yeah.
Between you and Colton, dude, I swear to God. Anyways, we're not going to address it. But I'm sitting there and I'm like shaking, dude, and my nose just started. I think it was like stress induced. I don't know. It was weird. My mom freaked out. I was like, I gotta get off this bridge, dude. I can't. And then you know what I did was I became a lineman. So
Yeah, why'd you do that?
it turns out I'm not afraid until I get like over 80 foot.
You fell one time.
I've fallen
right?
a lot. I've fallen like
was it
6
out of the
times.
bucket or what was it? When you,
I've never fallen out of the bucket, but I have climbed all the way to the top. And then there's 2 ways that you can climb, and really you're supposed to use the buck squeeze is what you because when you fall with a buck squeeze, you fall like
what's a buck squeeze?
it's a belt that clips to your work belt, and goes around the pole, and then it's got like
that's what I see. Okay,
yeah,
I gotcha.
and you have to yank it up. That's what I usually use. Once I fell one too many times, I get tired of it. You know, free climbing, you climb up. And it's just hand over hand, and then you get to the top, and you grab your belt, and you throw it over the line or whatever. You clip it. A lot of people clip it underneath. I think that's dumb. Okay. But, you know, I mean, I was a pretty good climber. Yeah. But even the best fall down sometimes. So, true. And whenever you go to the top and make it drop, that's some wet-ass pussy. You do that like 6 times, it starts to hurt, and you get tired of it. So, you know. But the buck squeeze is like... For like a cheap one, like a new one, it's like $1,000.
I fell off a 6-foot ladder one time in the backyard, and that was enough for me to go, I never want to do that again.
Oh, dude, you know what's crazy about falling down a telephone pole? You know what telephone poles are made out of? Wood.
Splinters?
They're soaked in creosote. So it makes it flame retardant, and it also keeps it from weathering.
What'd you call me?
It was not a racial slur, sir. Anyways,
you're telling me.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know if that was a play on Creole. I don't know, but
retardant. But yeah,
retardant.
Flame retardant.
I feel better now.
That,
well, you know,
you could really go you could go 2 ways with that. You can either be like, gay people stay away from me, or you can be like, I'm retarded about fire. Fire bad, you know. So,
like Dalton in those Geico commercials.
Yeah. He's probably still getting royalties out of that to this day.
Oh, I wish you'd give me some of it. That'd be nice. Anyways, when you get those splinters in you, they burn.
Okay.
For like days, even after you get them out. And they're also like, most of them are like this long. Because I don't know if you've ever like peeled like a piece off a telephone pole.
I have, yeah, I have done
like
that
this long. Like they don't, it's insane. So when you fall down, I picked splinters out of my dad's nose that were this long. It's not fun.
Your dad's a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, he's getting tired of
Being tough.
Yeah,
yeah,
he is,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
he's
done his
just
whole fucking life, dude.
yeah. He wants to quit driving the tow truck and open a shop.
Would you work there?
That's what he wants.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You
That's
could
what
work
he
at that
wants,
shop,
and
run it
and
with
I
him.
would do it. And I mean, I'd do anything for my dad, but it's just
So by opening a shop, what does that entail?
well, he doesn't even know yet. I told him he should open up a bike shop because we can do that. You know what I mean?
Dude,
We've been
I would
doing
come
that.
work. Teach me how to do it.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
me how to
He knows how to
tailgate.
work on our bikes, the bikes that we have, and the bikes like our bikes.
But not like crotch rockets.
But
and
not
shit.
like and then you got like you got the Yamahas and the so like even the ones that are supposed to be like Harleys that are just totally different.
You'd
know
have
what I mean?
to just hire like somebody to run that department.
Yeah,
right?
or
So it's
outsource the work, but that would be expensive. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and that's a lot starting off. Like you want to fucking make some money.
He was talking about maybe opening like a head shop or like a resale shop or something for like an oddity shop. I was like, you shouldn't do oddities because nobody's gonna buy that. But like a head shop would be cool.
I always thought it'd be cool to be like a luthier, like know how to like build guitars and shit.
Well, he did that. He built those guitars, but I mean, you've seen mine. You know what I mean? It's just but those I think mine was the first one he made. He told me he was like, yours is the ugliest, but I think it sounds the best.
I still think it looks kind of cool though.
I like it. It. I'm gonna roll with it live. I think.
And he soaked it in DMT.
Yeah, which is insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, I do think it's
That's
like
actually
that's gonna go down in history. You know what I mean? So
It
people
has
had
to.
such a good show that Tim Bartone lit his guitar on fire and the whole crowd was high.
Skyrocketing, dude.
Yeah, and then I go to prison for life. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what Elton John wrote that song about.
Yes,
that makes sense.
Tiny Dancer.
Flame retardant. All right. We're doing the damn thing. I like having this podcast. This is fun.
I do too, man. It seems like even like we, like even whenever we're like, what are we gonna talk about? Shit just comes out.
Well, shit does come out.
We'll
at the Piss
see.
Convention,
Yeah. You can't talk. You
Well, I
can't
guess
shit
we'll
at a
do
piss convention, man. People get mad.
Now we know. If you don't know, now you know. Hashtag don't shit at piss conventions, dude. Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's very frowned upon.
No, it's
like
fine.
masturbating on an airplane.
Yeah, it's not illegal.
Yeah, that's how Leonard Skinner went down, dude. They were like, shots fired in the cockpit.
In the cockpit?
And the plane performed a pit maneuver.
A lot of rock stars do die in fucking
In plane
crashes.
crashes.
and
Isn't it
shit.
crazy how we don't ask questions whenever they're just like, a plane crashed? And everybody's
Well, let's
like,
talk
"Oh."
about, I mean, if we really want to get deep, what happened with Kobe in that helicopter? Everybody forgot about that.
It's the one shot that he missed.
His daughter was with him,
I know,
Tim.
it's really fucked up. Yeah, I apologize.
I'm not giving you shit. That was funny. That was good.
Well, like when it happened, I
It's
was like really
comedy.
sad. But after that, I used to every time I'd throw like a ball of paper in the trash, I'd be like Kobe James, and
always
like
did
that's
that.
not a person. I'm like, you're right. It's two people. One of them's dead.
I
And
was
one
with
of them
the-
cries
the
every time he
fucking,
gets knocked down.
Kobe beer pong shot, and I'd never make it. But I always try. It's so fucking like bounce back with it. But if you did make it, it was worth like 2 cups. I don't play beer pong at all anymore,
We used to be great at beer
except for the
pong.
music video.
Yeah, but you remember?
How many shots it took me to get that
Yeah,
shot?
well, that table was way smaller than it should have
it
been
was
too.
fucked, dude. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a lot of fun though, shooting the music video.
That was fun.
Prado, dude, our
Dude, shout
boy,
out
dude.
Parada, dude. What a goat.
Genius. Showed up and just had not much to work with and made it great, dude.
Yeah, we made his day of work very difficult, but it also was very fun.
Oh yeah, it was a
turned out to be great.
blast, dude. I had so much fun. Savannah is just an absolute unit as always. She really enjoyed that. She really enjoyed beating the shit out of Colton. If you haven't seen the music video, go to saidthepeople.com and watch Colton get his ass kicked by a Marine. It is gold.
It's outstanding, dude. You're gonna love it. Everybody should go watch that.
Everybody should go watch it right now.
If there's anybody in your
Go
life
look at the
that
website.
just intentionally becomes a pest to you and wants to ruin any moment of any day, like Colton, go watch that music video. You're gonna feel way better, dude.
Just imagine him as whoever you hate, I guess.
Correct.
Hey, he was a trooper that day, though, man, because we were like, hey, you're just going to be a douchebag the whole time, and then you're going to get beat
Colton
up.
is a trooper, dude. He
And
really is.
he was like, whatever y'all need, man. And he did. Dude, Lexi spit in that spit take where Lexi spits in his face. Parada made him do it like 9 times. He leaned over to me. He was like, we got it on the first shot. He was like, I'm not even recording. Yeah. I never told Colton. Colton's gonna know now, but he's not gonna watch this. He's too busy playing RuneScape.
No, he'll watch half of it, and then we'll start talking about him, and he'll like cut it off probably. And if he is still watching, then more power to you.
Shout out to Colton.
I guess
We'll give you a fire cape. I don't even know what it is. I just know he talks about it.
I don't know what it is. A fire cape, yeah. Level 99 and fucking I said
Warlock.
that, and he's like, "You're a nerd. You don't know that shit." I was like, "I don't want to hit you in the fucking mouth so bad, bro."
Dude,
slap the fucking
it
skin
makes
off your
playing
face.
other games with him miserable because the whole time he'll be playing like we were playing Farm Simulator with him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hold up, I'm on RuneScape. I've got 2 games of RuneScape going on my computer right now. I was like,
two. Yeah, he's got 2 different.
how are you doing this?
Accounts and shit.
Yeah, it's miserable.
Yeah.
We try to include him. And then he's just like RuneScape.
Is there like a RuneScape convention, like Comic-Con and shit?
If there is, we need to find out, and we need to get tickets to it.
We'll get
and
'em.
we go, and not him, and send pictures back,
That's right.
and never let him live it down.
So for Christmas, I'll send you a ticket, I'll send Dalton a ticket, and I'll send him Rogaine again. And then we'll just go with that. Reminder, you gotta look good to go, dude. We have fire capes. Where's yours? Like a fire forehead over here, dude, losing all your hair. I love you, Colton, so much. I love you so much,
love you
bro.
too,
I love you, bro.
but this is fucking funny. Oh my god, dude! I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to. I've already got the little poll on the website about Dalton. I think
little poll about Dalton.
Yeah,
I've heard about the little poll about Dalton.
didn't you mean to do that,
Fucking 2.5 inches strong, boy. Yeah, you're doing well, dog.
Well, I was thinking about who to go to next. I thought it should be me, but it's probably gonna be you or Owen.
That's fair.
Because if I go to Colton next, he's gonna be mad. I think.
You gotta save Colton for a second. You gotta be third. You gotta get yourself third.
Yeah.
I think me, and then you, and
what I
then
was thinking.
Owen, and then Colton.
almost time to
save the
change
best
it.
for last, right?
By the way, once again, go look at the website.
Yeah, go look at the website so Tim stops crying. It's
I've been crying
very
for
annoying.
months, dude. No, it hasn't even been a month.
Tim did design the whole website though, and it looks phenomenal.
yep.
Nice job on that.
Yeah, I went to college and learned how to write code, and then became a lineman. Didn't write code for years, and then
Nice.
Logan was like, "I can't figure out why I can't make the website look the way I want it to." I was like, "Dude, I'll figure it out."
Well, it's just impressive to me because it's
Like,
it's
28
Bandzoogle,
grueling hours
and
of code
Bandzoogle
writing.
is like very user friendly, but it's hard to move certain things the way you want it. And he's like, "Dude, pull up the code, boom,
Yep.
boom," and started changing shit. I was like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah, don't
It's
tell anybody I'm
Jason
smart.
Bourne.
Don't tell anybody I'm smart though, because then they'll expect things
Oh,
from
I
me.
won't say that. I won't go that far. You just know some stuff.
I know stuff and things,
Yeah, that's you know.
and I also
stuff
know
and
some things about.
You know stuff and things for sure.
All right, now you're releasing my secrets right now.
Oh,
We keep those locked in the basement
I
where they
held
belong.
I held back some stuff because I'm a good boy right now. I'm a real good man, but real bad boy. We're gonna cut that part.
This no. We're keeping that in. That's keeping it. No, if I don't
Fine.
see it, I'm gonna be pissed. You kept all my shit in.
It's true.
It might have been the gayest thing you've ever said. I loved it. I don't like. What bothered me is you looked me directly in the eyes when you said it.
Well, who else am I gonna look at?
I don't know. That was just a little weird. Like,
I want you to know.
well, I was aroused, so I was just like, "What is
No,
really
I
going
was
on
looking
here?"
at the jeans getting a little bigger right there, boy. I'll tell you what. It's not from
That's
drinking.
what happened. Is where these holes came from. Busted out, dude.
Oh, you getting a little nervous over there, throwing a leg up on top? I can throw a leg up on top too, bro.
Trying to show off my Corona socks.
Nice. Yeah.
You know, I was arrested in these socks.
Sweet.
The cop was like,
you had
"Oh,
the
you
cool
wore your
socks
party
in
socks
jail."
out to party."
You're like, go fuck yourself. I wore these when I fucked your wife, bro.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here,
Yeah.
dude.
He was like, "No, my wife works at the more expensive strip club," and I was like, "Damn it, he got me." I was like, "She does. I've seen her there."
She's like,
Yeah. That was Don't get arrested at strip clubs, kids.
yeah.
Hey, will you stop what you're doing right now, please? I'm gonna throw up.
Do you like me feeling my
Throw up.
toes in front of you?
I need a bucket. I need a fucking bucket, dude. I need a piece of paper. I'm
See
gonna
how
write it
easy
down.
it is, dude?
I'm gonna fucking write it down.
Whoa, dude, you got
What?
paper right here.
Stop. Just give me a minute.
I already stopped. You dramatic ass.
Sure, dude. I swear to God.
Hey, quit it. Take a deep breath. Put your arms above your head. You're going to be fine. There you go. See how that
I
helps?
didn't realize what you were doing until you were deep in there, dude. You were deep in there.
Well, I was trying to get a toenail and put it in your stocking.
Oh, God. Can you imagine the camera angle on that? I'm not going to be able to watch this episode now.
Are you sure?
I'm going to throw up right now, dude.
Don't
I'm
do that.
seriously, like, trying to not puke right now. This has been Mansplained.
Speaking of webbing of feet, do you think Dalton swims faster because of his?
Dalton can't swim.
Oh well.
Dalton can't swim. Well, that's why every time you have a pool party, he hangs out on the little bench and he won't leave the wall. Have you noticed that? I asked him because I was like, "Why are you holding on to the wall for dear life?" He's like, "I don't know how to swim."
I don't want to make fun of him for that. I don't want to make fun of him.
Well, it's. I just feel like, why? He's an adult now. He can learn to swim.
I forgot about that, and I remember I offered to teach him how to swim because
and he was like, "No, but to drown."
He was like, "I don't trust you."
I bet his head floats.
No doubt, dude. There's no doubt. Do you think that there's little like ants in his hair that like float for him? And
we should get him arm floaties with drumsticks on them.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's great.
Oh, dude, that'd be so good.
Dude.
Oh, next music video, we gotta get him in a pool with arm floaties.
Have to, no doubt.
Have to.
That's great. But then he's just gonna be like underwater with the arm floaties, right?
Doesn't know how to use them. They're around his ankles.
Yeah, he's like upside down that way, dude. He's like, okay, he's like underwater, dude. His hair would float though. His head would float.
He's screaming, but like to the beat of one of y'all's songs. Coming up for air, like
faithful. Yeah. It's like, help me.
Oh my god, dude. You didn't talk about Superman not once, dude. I'm proud of you.
I love Superman, dude. David Corn Sweat is coming out. I'm David Corn Sweat for David Corn Sweat.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
That's a new
Corn
Superman,
Sweat?
you fucking
That's his real name? His name is Corn
David
Sweat?
Corn Sweat, dude. After this podcast, I'm going to go smoke David Corn Cigar Sweat. That didn't work. David Cigar Corn Sweat.
Cigar Sweat.
It's in there somewhere. Tim's beautiful, lovely girlfriend, Rode, just recommended that we wrap this segment up with anal juice.
Anal juice, yeah.
What about anal juice? Okay, if you're, all right.
You say it 3 times, you find it.
Or it finds you. It finds you, dog. Yeah, you ain't getting away from it, dude.
You can't run away from anal juice.
What if you were just like, like everybody knows that, like,
everybody
knows,
like, how the inner workings of a woman work.
It's lovely to like find a lovely woman, and then coitus occurs
just right up the
rectum.
rectum.
Just keep falling, but eventually, like the end goal is like, I want to stick it in your butt.
Yeah, you rectify her rectum. Yeah,
that's right. There's a song about it. But what if you get there and then there's anal juice? What do you do at that point?
Use it as lube. Oh, you turn the lights off. You plug your nose and use it as lube.
If there's a stripper,
if you stop, she's gonna get mad.
Well, at that point, because she's
get her
already
feelings
committed.
hurt.
So
let's say
Colton is in the strip club.
He's gonna throw up
with that stripper, and you got this. Stay with me here. And then they go pretty far with that $400 or that $4, and then he gets to that anal juice, and she's
just twerking in his face and
he
dripping.
puts like a little cocaine. He like snorts that anal juice cocaine. What's that called? What would that be called?
Alaskan Mud Slide.
This is Mansplain. We have Mansplained before.
we will mansplain again.
We will mansplain again.
Oh my god, dude.
Hit the curtains.
We're gonna get so canceled for all of